Hey, so today I wanted to talk about self-awareness. Recently I've seen a lot of posts on social media about how people are trying to become more self-aware or understanding what self-awareness is, and I think it's great. To become self-aware or to better your self-awareness is to understand yourself, your character, your feelings, your motives, your desires, and once you start to practice that every day, you become better at self-awareness and you become better at yourself. So these are a few things or tips that I would like to share to help you guys better understand self-awareness and share with your friends or family. Firstly, how to increase your self-awareness is all about practice. Practice makes permanent. No one's perfect. That's why I don't say practice makes perfect. I like to say it makes it permanent. Once you practice that day in and day out, you will start to understand yourself and you will start to understand others. Now, it's hard. Self-awareness is probably the hardest thing in the world to understand because day in and day out, you have to understand yourself. And a lot of times we don't understand ourselves because we only have that one perspective. And now, when you understand yourself, you have to understand that you have faults. And that's what I meant by no one is perfect. You're going to have things that you got to work on. Communication skills, trust, relationships, all these things are incorporated in self-awareness. And when you understand that and practice it and take a step back, like I would say at the end of the day, to be like, yo, if there was a situation that I came across and I didn't handle it the way I should have, or I think I could have made it better, that's where you're like, you know what? I understand that. I'm going to take it in. I'm not going to get upset about it. I'm going to fix it. I'm going to try to change that. And that's the way you practice self-awareness. I would say always at the end of the day. I know it's hard. We have a lot of things that come in and come out. But even at the time of the situation that's happening, take a step back. Think. Like, hey, you know what? Maybe this response that I'm about to give wouldn't be the best response. Now, another thing, it's the people around you. You have to surround yourself with honest people. And that's another thing about self-awareness. You have to understand that you're going to have friends and family members that aren't self-aware and don't work on their self-awareness. But you, as a good friend or a good relative, have to be honest with them. You have to be like, hey, what you just did, that wasn't really cool. If you were on the other end of that, you wouldn't like it. And now, the thing with that, there are two ways that it could come across to that person, or the way they can react to it. The first way, if you be like, hey, what you did wasn't cool, they can go, hey, you know what? Damn, you're right. That wasn't nice, or it wasn't the way I should have handled it. And then there, you have growth. You have understanding. You have self-awareness now between the both of you. Because now you understand that person better, and that person now understands themselves better. And the second way is with a bad response. Now let's say that situation comes up and you call that friend or relative on it, and they come at you with, aggression, or they're dismissive about it. Oh no, like, what are you talking about? This person deserves, blah, blah, blah. That's where no growth will come into play. There will be no self-awareness. And then that creates an emotional poison between you and your friend. Now your friendship is on the line because of something you were too honest about. This is the thing about self-awareness. With the honesty, the truth hurts, right? People have to understand that. To understand oneself, you have to understand that you have faults and you're not perfect. So I think when you practice and you start to understand yourself and surround yourself with honest people that care about you and want you to excel, your self-awareness will constantly keep rising. But it is hard and it is difficult. But like I said, with practice and over time, you will understand yourself 100 times better, and things will start to definitely change in your life. So I hope everyone practices self-awareness, and I hope we all become better and just spread love.